Hello and welcome. It is just so wonderful to have you with us today. I want to start by welcoming you to a bit of a quiet space for reflection.
A comfortable corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A place where we can slow down, take a breath, and really appreciate the stories that shape our lives. You're listening to a deep dive from the FAMOSIQ channel, and we are so glad you're here with us.
It's a real pleasure. We have a topic today that I think is, well, it's very close to my heart, and I think it'll resonate with you, especially if you appreciate steadiness and warmth in a world that, often feels like it's just moving too fast.
That is so well said. We
Yeah.
could all use a little steadiness. Now, before we jump in, I want to ask you a gentle question. When you think back on those warm family evenings, maybe holiday laughter, or just the movies you've watched for decades with your kids or grandkids,
Yeah.
is there a face that's always there?
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Maybe don't say her name first. She's not on the biggest poster. But without her, that memory just wouldn't feel the same.
That's such an important question because we always look for the stars, the loudest ones, the ones making headlines.
Right.
But today we're looking at something different. We're looking at a constellation, the light that kind of guides us home.
Exactly. We are talking about the wonderful Catherine O'Hara. And I want to be clear right from the start, we are not talking about scandal or gossip today.
Because there isn't any.
There just isn't. We're talking about a woman who has been this refreshing, steady stream in our lives, a companion to our memories.
And our mission for this deep dive is pretty specific. We want to explore how an artist can be so indispensable without always being center stage. The source we're looking at today, Catherine O'Hara, the quiet brilliance of a cinematic icon, argues there's this profound value in quiet dedication.
Quiet dedication. I think a lot of our listeners know exactly what that means. It's the work you do when nobody's watching.
That's it.
Now, before we unpack this really lovely career,
Yep.
I just have a small favor to ask. If you enjoy these kinds of thoughtful stories, please take a moment to support our FAMOSIQ channel.
It helps so much.
It really does. A simple click on like, sharing this with a friend, and of course, please do press that subscribe button so you never miss a journey with us.
So, shall we begin?
Let's do it. I want to start with a movie that I know is a staple in so many homes, Home Alone.
A true classic. It's practically a tradition.
It really is. Now, when you think of Home Alone, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For most people, it's the little boy, Kevin.
The traps, right? The paint cans.
Exactly. The burglars falling down. It's all very loud, very chaotic slapstick comedy.
It is certainly loud, but if we look closer, as our source material suggests we should, you find something else entirely. You find the soul of the film.
The soul of the film.
And that soul is Catherine O'Hara playing the mother, Kate McAllister.
That's such an interesting take, because on the surface, she's just the mom who forgot her son, right? I mean, it's just a plot device.
Well, it is the plot point, yes, but think about the performance. The source material calls her the indispensable soul because she provides all the emotional weight.
Okay.
Without her, the movie is just a cartoon about a boy hurting burglars. She's grappling with every parent's worst nightmare.
You're right. I was watching it recently, and there's that scene in the airport. She's trying to get a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
And she is not playing it for laughs.
Yeah.
She's not winking at the camera. She is desperate, just utterly desperate.
Precisely, and that's the brilliance. She didn't play a saccharine, idealized TV mom, back in 1990, the standard movie mom was.
Baking cookies and smiling.
Exactly. O'Hara played a woman in the middle of a nightmare. She showed us this boundless maternal love, but it was just full of this raw, heart-wrenching fear.
So by playing the drama so seriously, she actually makes the comedy work better.
She grounds the whole film, exactly. If she hadn't been so real, so raw, we wouldn't have cared as much about Kevin. Why should we? If his own mother doesn't seem that bothered.
That's a great point.
She was the spiritual pillar for the whole story. It allowed the audience to really empathize, and it turned what could have been a secondary role into the emotional core of the movie.
It's a reminder that the most important person isn't always the one having the big adventure.
Sometimes it's the one fighting to bring everyone back together.
And that ability to be so real, so human, it had to come from somewhere. Which brings us to our next point. She didn't just appear in Hollywood, did she?
No, not at all. And this is so crucial to understanding her. Her foundations are, in reality, not glamour. She came from Canada's comedic crucible, the Second City Theatre Troupe.
Second City. We hear that name a lot, but for anyone listening who isn't familiar, what does that actually mean for an actor? Is it just telling jokes on stage?
That's a great question. And no, it is definitely not just telling jokes. It's all about improvisation. And improv requires listening. It requires adaptability. You are building a scene in real time. If you don't listen, the whole thing falls apart. And the source material highlights that this is where she honed her wit, her timing, but most importantly, her ability to observe.
Observation, just taking the time to really look at people, that feels like a lost art.
It really does. She developed this deep capacity to observe real people. The little nervous habits, the awkward pauses, all those tiny details.
So when she acts, she isn't just copying other actors.
No, she's channeling real life. She brought an everyday quality to her work, which is why she feels so familiar, so authentic. She feels like someone you know.
Like a neighbor or an aunt, not some distant movie star.
It connects to all of us, really. I mean, the best professionals in any field are the ones who just understand people, and that's what she brings.
Well, speaking of being real, sometimes being real means looking a little bit strange.
Slightly. I think I know where you're going with this.
You do. We're heading into the world of Tim Burton. We're talking about Beetlejuice.
And her character, Delia Dietz.
Yes. A very, very different role from the worried mom in Home Alone. Here, she's eccentric, she's odd, and there's a real lesson here about vanity.
This is a fascinating point the source makes. In Hollywood, especially for women, the pressure to look perfect is just immense.
I'd always be glamorous.
Yes, and many actors, they're afraid to look silly. They worry it will hurt their image.
But not Catherine.
Not Catherine. She had the courage to look outlandish, clumsy, unflattering. Why? Because it served the story.
It sounds simple, but that takes so much confidence. To put the character above your own vanity.
It reveals her core principle. The art comes first. By being willing to be ridiculous, she made Delia Dietz human inside all that oddity.
She wasn't trying to make you fall in love with her.
No, she was trying to make you understand the character. It's a self-sacrificing dedication that is. Well, it's just so refreshing.
It really is. It builds this trust with the audience. She's giving you a real performance, not just trying to look good.
And that trust is why she can disappear into these roles. You see the person she's created.
And she kept creating them for decades. But then, something really remarkable happened. Usually in this industry, as you get older, the phone stops ringing.
It's a sad reality, especially for women.
The spotlight fades. But for Catherine O'Hara, she had this spectacular second act. Maybe even a third.
You're talking about Schitt's Creek.
I am. A show that took the world by storm. And what's incredible is she didn't just appeal to her old fans. She found a whole new, younger audience.
The source calls it a spectacular return. Even though she never really went away, she just captivated the streaming generation.
With the character of Moira Rose.
Oh, Moira Rose.
That voice, the way she speaks, it's like its own language.
The vocabulary is legendary. She was theatrical, exaggerated, and this is the key, if she had just been funny and weird, it would have been a cartoon.
Right, it would have gotten old fast. But it didn't. Why did people love her so much in that role?
Because of the pain underneath it all. Our source points out that beneath the wigs and that ridiculous accent, there was a woman bravely adapting to a harsh new reality.
That's true. The family loses all their money. It's actually a tragedy.
Exactly. The accent, the clothes, it was her armor. And that depth is what won her the Emmy. She showed the resilience of a woman trying to hold on to her dignity when everything else was gone.
It's so inspiring. It reminds you that your best work might still be ahead of you.
Her talent hadn't faded. It had just ripened.
Which leads to a question about her whole career. How did she handle the years where she wasn't the one winning the awards?
And that gets us to her philosophy, because she has a very specific way of looking at success that's very different from the hustle culture we see today.
She doesn't see her late success as a regret, does she?
Not at all. She has this wonderful observation that every project has its own life. An artist can't control how the audience perceives it. You can only control the work itself.
That is such a relief to hear, isn't it? In a world of instant fame and checking your phone for approval, she's saying, relax, just do the work.
It's a philosophy of consistency. The source material describes her success as unique. Not the triumph of the loudest voice, or the person playing tricks for attention.
But something else.
It's the reward for the most persistent, the tenacious, the person who just keeps walking the path, day after day.
I really love that. The reward for the persistent. It brings me back to the value of supporting roles.
Yes, and the source makes a profound point here. A film becomes a classic often because of the supporting actors who contribute silently but significantly.
They hold the soul of the story.
They might not be in the center of the poster, but they're the ones shaping the meaning of the story.
It all comes back to that ensemble idea from Second City, doesn't it? If you make your partner look good, the whole scene looks good.
It's exactly that. Catherine O'Hara proves you don't need to be the center of every conversation to be the most memorable part of it.
So, as we start to wrap this up, what does this all mean for us? For you, listening at home? Most of us aren't actors.
I think it comes down to values. True value isn't from fleeting rankings or internet clicks. It comes from authentic talent, professionalism, and creating shared memories.
She didn't just make movies. She helped make our family memories. She's woven into the tapestry of our lives.
And here's a final thought I'd like to leave you with. We're trained to look at the center of the poster, to look for the star.
Right.
But maybe the person shaping the real meaning of the story is the one standing quietly in the background.
That is a powerful idea.
It makes you wonder, who are the Catherine O'Haras in your own life? Who in your family or your community isn't the loudest, isn't demanding attention, but without them, everything would fall apart?
Who provides the soul of your story?
Exactly.
That is a question really worth thinking about. Who is the quiet brilliance in your life? And maybe how can we be that for someone else?
That's the real lesson.
Well, friends, we've reached the end of our journey today. If you enjoyed this deep dive, if you appreciate these stories of legacy and quiet strength, we would be so honored if you would join our community.
Please do. It means so much to have you with us.
We invite you to subscribe to the FAMOSIQ channel to discover more of these inspiring stories. And please click that like button and share this with someone you care about. Help us enrich the culture we're all shaping together.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Take care of yourselves, and we will speak with you again very soon. Goodbye.